When we look at an industry and how it's hiring or how it's preparing people to get hired, we usually go to what they need to know. And that knowledge measurement, what we call assessment in education, is certainly important. And it allows someone to say, I've learned what I need to know to go do a particular job. Well, there's some other things too. First of all, that knowledge base usually is going to be called a hard skill. It's hard. It's baked into my profession. It's what I need to be able to know. I need to have studied it for a while. But there are extra hard skills that may be involved as well. So if we think about the IT auditor who needs to know cybersecurity and accounting and 3 other things, that's a mixture of hard skills coming together. At the same time, we have this other body of skills, we'll call them soft skills. And the soft skills should not carry an implication that they're less important or somehow easy, because actually the soft skills may be the greater challenge to learn. The soft skills would come with communication, with being able to write. Sometimes in cybersecurity, we actually put a challenge to young professionals and we say, but can you sell it to the board? And what that really means is you may feel confident in the technology. You may know what you need to say about information security, but can you explain it to the board of directors? Because the board of directors is going to take for granted that you have the hard skills. You wouldn't be working for our company if you didn't have the hard skills. You have to prove it every day. So of course we know that. Now comes the soft skill. That's what you're going to need to be able to, let's teach the board of directors, if I'm your board of directors. It might be a vice president that you're going to get to meet with quarterly. And that person or people are going to be less likely to say, show me your hard skills, demonstrate something for me today. Instead, they're going to be saying, tell me the story, explain to me where we are, translate it for me into what my need for either a business sense or perhaps a government responsibility sense, or perhaps to be able to go do my job, which may be something else but related. So the soft skill, we usually use communication as example, but you know communication is going to be oral communication, it's going to be written communication, it's going to be cultural competence, it's going to be being able to read a room. Now we're getting into the mature skills that we use in business, in government, in education, to be able to get along in a whole group, work together, and more important, be able to share information. So the soft skills certainly may be harder to learn for some people, and they are just as important as the hard skills. I think probably the soft skill that gets mentioned most is teamwork. Are you able to work in a team? So if you think now of teamwork as being a good thing, I've always heard it described as a good thing. I never hear anyone complaining about teamwork. I would suggest that you take a minute to think about what do you have to give up in order to be able to say, I'm a good team player. What do you have to be able to say, I know how to do this. I know how to walk into a team and become part of a group. And then if you start getting really honest, you may be in a position of saying, oh, I have to give up showing off. I have to give up being the smartest person in the room. I have to give up being the most popular cheerleader of all we can do in our company. I may need to take a back seat and let other people speak and let other people teach me something. So for some people, that's a real relinquishing of power or stardom or just personality. So even when I hear everyone saying, oh yeah, I can be part of a team, I'll learn that, that's a good thing, they're all wonderful things about teams, I always wonder what we're not mentioning, really the sacrifices that we're asking people to do in order to be part of those teams. But that's also a soft skill. Is it taught in our education? Actually, more and more it is. Business schools for 30 years have been teaching team and teaming. And so now in technology schools, we see the same type of thing coming. More team projects, more project-based learning, more problem-based learning. So yes, it's coming through education. We are preparing people better for teams. But I also think there is a personal recognition that has to be done there, which says, can I name my hard skills? Can I name my soft skills? And then do I know how to put them together to present them to other people? And so I would actually call that a soft skill too.